Hi guys, I will be talking about the Titanic, and I know a lot of you guys know about the Titanic and the movie and stuff, and I have seen the movie a few times, and it's a pretty good movie, and it's my third favorite movie, and I think the movie was made in the late 90s or something like that. And then Titanic sank back in 1912. And so I'll be talking about it. So the RMS Titanic was a British ocean liner that sank in the early hours of April 15th, 1912, and how the Titanic sank. It was like traveling, and there was a big iceberg, and it was like super cold, and the water was super cold too, and the people who was kind of controlling the Titanic, they tried to go around it, but it was too late. So for like a few hours, the Titanic kind of sank, and it was like full of water inside and stuff. Where the Titanic sank is North Africa Ocean is where the ship sank. I have seen a lot of pictures and like videos and stuff on like TikTok, and where the ship is still underwater, and it's like super deep underwater, and some people say that they can't save the ship and they just leave it there because it's like too heavy and it's too deep down now, and I think that's why they can't really, bring it up, and they can't save it because it's super deep in now. And you can like look up like the pictures where people going like deep to see the actual ship, and I think that's kind of like crazy to like think about, and I actually want to like go see the Titanic, but I'm kind of like scared too because it is pretty deep and it is kind of like dangerous to like go down that deep. That's what I hold. I hold that it gets kind of dangerous if you go like super deep, like underwater, and that's what I hold. That's kind of like dangerous, but if you have the proper stuff, but I want mine going down there someday and seeing the, you know, the Titanic underwater. I think that would be pretty cool to experience. So here's one picture where the ship is underwater, and like here's some more. I think it's pretty cool, and of course it's gonna look like this because it's been underwater for like a long time, since 1912, and yeah, it's kind of, I think the picture's kind of cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool to like look at. Yeah, it's always sad to like think about what happened that day, and yeah, I always feel bad for the people who did not make it, especially the kids, you know. I know there were some families on that ship too, and to the people who did not make it during that time, I always feel bad for them because they didn't make it, you know, and I always, you know, think about them, you know, even though I never met them, and it is, it is also sad that what happened to that ship, and if they, uh, if the ship never sank, I always wonder if they would turn it into like a museum, you know, kind of like the Queen Mary, you know, like if they're gonna like turn it into a museum and a hotel and stuff, kind of like the Queen Mary if the Titanic never sank. If if the Titanic never sank, I would definitely go see the Titanic if this never happened, you know. But I had seen the movie Titanic like a few times, and it's pretty good. I think the movie is like 2 or 3 hours long, and I have seen it like a few times, and it's one of my favorite movies actually. I do have a couple favorite movies, but I think the Titanic is like my number one favorite movie. I know there was um a few Titanic museums in different states, and it, if you go into the Titanic museum, you kind of experience the same thing as the people who was staying on the actual Titanic, and you can like feel the water because I know there's like a little like section and they have like a little like bucket type thing, and you can like put your hand in it and you can like feel how cold the water is during that time on that day, and yeah, you can like experience the same thing. It's kind of like a relaxing type thing, and I've been to one Titanic museum, and it was in Las Vegas. I've been to that one, and it's at the Luxor actually, and you can buy your tickets and stuff there too. And I've been to their Titanic museum in Las Vegas and at the Luxor. That's pretty fun. And yeah, let me know if you guys been to it or not. And while the Titanic was sinking, at some point the Titanic broke in half, and you can like see it during the movie. It's kind of like it kind of like went down, and I think it broke in half or something like that. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty much it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.